You know what my mom told me? What? That based.
Hi you guys, and new video. I don't know if you guys really know, but I made a video about the shameless world of anti-woke cartoon. So, and you know, why not go watch it? So I made a video and watch it, you know, and then a video went very successful. Not very successful, like it's like good, right? Then I was like, huh, okay. And it's because Freedy Tunes, you know, but I wasn't even okay. I saw Freedy Tunes in the thumbnail. I was, you know, I didn't say anything about Freedy Tunes. I just want to watch it, and I did. And so, and yeah, we were in Freedy Tunes in the video. I was like, Freedy Tunes, really? And that's really it. And you know, and I was thinking, I think Freedy Tunes might be respawn, and he did. And then I made another video, and yeah. So anyways, let's watch Saberspark. He changed. Rest in peace, but you know, that's okay. So anyways, let's watch Chilla and ripoff Bluey. I really want to watch it, you know. I know Bluey. I know that bulldog, and no, I don't really watch it, you know. Anyways, you know, let's watch it. You know what? I don't know what it's all about, but it's ripoff, you know. Alright, let's do it.
There are sometimes going to be things that get taken out of your hands, and you just have to roll with it. This US series called Chilla, which is just awful. That was a, I mean, it's just Bluey.
Bluey's not a fan.
What do you think about that? Yeah, well, that's what we think about that.
Bluey. One of the most wholesome and high-quality kid cartoons ever made. Virtually every aspect of this series is overwhelmingly exceptional. The characters are sincere, charming, and engaging. The voice acting is adorable, with wonderful chemistry between the voice actors. The music is beautiful, with original compositions, along with clever covers of classical scores. The writing is smart, yet accessible, with messages and stories that are entertaining but provide constructive messages for viewers regardless of age. And the animation. The stylization and colors of Bluey are otherworldly, quite literally in the episode Sleepy Time. So yes, I mean it when I say that Bluey is one of the greatest kid cartoons in animation history.
Yeah.
And Australia should be very proud of kicking Peppa Pig off her throne. It's no surprise to see how popular Bluey has become. But with every success story,
I don't know how popular it is. You know, I don't know about Bluey, but I know the show, right?
Chilla. Believe it or not, I've been
A
following
Republican
the production for
Chilla.
for about 2 years
The
now.
Republican, right?
So it's not a
Wow.
surprise to me.
I don't know
When I first
politics.
got wind of it,
I don't know.
I immediately thought, oh, this might be a Bluey ripoff, just based on the
Hmm.
family unit alone. Like, hold up these pictures and tell me one isn't trying to ape off the energy of the other. I also
Chilla, of
learned
course,
that
is
this
a
series was
ripoff.
being produced
Right.
by the Daily Wire, a conservative news site, as a series to launch with their
yeah.
upcoming and untitled streaming service.
Seem like
Wait,
ads.
I thought. Is this going to be a conservative version of Bluey? What the hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
I decided to hold my reservations and stay on top of the story to see where it would go. Rob Schneider was a part of it though, so just being real, that's not a good sign.
Okay.
I've seen Norm of the North. I know what I'm talking about.
Vera, get my lawyer. We're going to copyright that roar and make it into a ringtone.
About a year passed,
Why?
and there weren't any developments. I wondered if the show had died during production, since that's not uncommon. But in October of 2023, Chilla reemerged with new designs and was now part of the launch of Daily Wire streaming
That
service
was
by the name of Binge.
okay, I see it.
Now, this
Why
was
you-
of interest to me.
Why do you like changing to look like Bluey? It is similar. It is very similar. I think I like the old design, that first one.
And I'll explain why. For those who do watch my videos, I come from a conservative upbringing. And like many people who are probably watching this video, I too have friends and family who are of the conservative persuasion.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is well, you can probably fill in the blanks.
I need you to calm down. You're being a bit of an asshole.
Thank you, Uncle Jay. I'm fine. That is the familial support I was looking
Billy,
for.
you're being a asshole too.
I will try to say the following as
I can
neutral as I can.
try to
Movies and shows
trying to
that focus
burp,
on
but I
pandering
can't.
to a certain demographic first and putting the quality of its creation second tend to be
It refuses to burp.
bad. That's why so many Christian cartoons are garbage compared to VeggieTales. It
Okay.
put emphasis on having entertaining characters, fun songs, good stories, and charming animation, and was able to champion Christian values that weren't over preachy at the same time. Why? Because quality was just as important in its artistic pursuit as its message. But what about Chilla? Is it actually a shameless ripoff of Bluey? Or
Yes.
was it made with artistic merit? Is it a mouthpiece for conservative rhetoric for Daily Wire? Or is it possibly more than that? When politics are involved in a topic, the waters become instantly turbulent and nuance is thrown overboard. But as someone who loves animation, I see it as my civil
I do like
service
animation.
to uplift the voices of those who deserve it.
Same thing with
And
you,
then dunk
Saberspark.
on those who are conducting themselves in a less savory manner. Hell, I built this channel that way. So, let's take a closer look at the controversial cartoon and possible Bluey ripoff that is Chilla. But real quick, 2 things. First, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Right.
And second, ad time. Guess what? This may be news to some at 2/3 of your life. Helix conveniently shipped is. I sleep on my side. Oh, size. I got the mattress. I hauled it up in the box, free shipping, and they put their years of extensive mattress in luxury with is the best mattress nearby. And I saw Helix mattress. It's a good mattress. And if you are hesitant about test out the mattress option, they've been a and indoor. Helix dog. Note, back to the video.
I'm not taking advice from a cartoon dog.
No.
For those who don't know, Bluey is a beloved cartoon about a family of Australian dogs called the Healers. As sisters Bluey and Bingo play imaginary games, learn lessons,
Alright, we'll
make
learn about
friends,
Bluey.
and get to enjoy their upbringing with quite possibly the greatest parental unit in animation history, Bandit and Chili. They're like the literal opposites of the parents from Moral Oral. The creator of Bluey, Jim Brum, along with his production team, really did a fantastic service for children's entertainment and are so deserving of the success they have and continue to receive. In a landscape where children's entertainment typically finds itself dealing in the lowest common denominator, Bluey was truly a breath of fresh air.
Like it's actually it's pretty much Bluey is like, you know, people aren't that great animation. I won't make a story or anything, right? Let them make a great story, a great show, right? And Bluey like, hold my drink, and he did it, and it's good. You guys suck. Bluey be like, guys suck. I just did it. It makes sense and did it perfectly. You guys like poop. No animation, I'm good. I mean, not all animations. I'm not saying all animations are bad. No, I'm not saying that. But you know, there are shows are like not good. There are shows are good, but not some shows are like right now trying to be good. Eh.
Heaven. Then we have Chilla, a preschool show focusing on the adventures of a homeschool family of chinchillas. Initially, the designs of the characters were more minimalistic and came across as more chinchilla-like to me. For those who don't know what a chinchilla is, which I feel like most people do, well, I'll tell you anyway. Chinchillas are adorable floofball rodents with big ears, thick coats of fur, and a bushy tail. In the final version of Chilla, though, well, they might ask to speak to the manager.
Oh, hell no, man.
But seriously, the original designs of Chilla went through the bluification machine and came out more detailed, improved colors, softer, rounder, just more squishy in general, which is a trait that the cast of Bluey rocks with their own designs. The cast of Chilla also has larger pupils and haircuts now. An improvement? I don't know.
I don't know.
I kind of like the original style.
Yeah, I like the old one.
It's so much more zany and expressive.
I like
Kind
the
of
old
reminds me of
one.
the art style of Rocco's Modern Life.
I like
If
the old
anything,
one.
It would have stood on its own 2 fairy legs, instead of very
It could be
obviously changing
competitions,
direction
you know?
to ape off the visuals of Bluey. Like most folks looking at the final product.
Now it's
would
like,
not
I don't know
that
about
these
it.
are supposed to be
I
chinchillas
like
if
that
it wasn't for the
one.
name of the show.
Why you
And
remake
also,
it
Rob
to?
Schneider forcing a catchphrase for merchandise at the start of every episode.
It's chilla time!
Needless to say,
What?
Australians were not happy with the supposed multicolored chinchilla bootleg of the beloved Bluey. A Queensland premier described Chip as, quote, a disappointing counterfeit. Brisbane's Lord Mayor Adrian Schreiner went as far as to label it as a phony US version of Bluey.
True.
And
there are striking similarities between
Yeah,
these
why you
popular
can't be
rats
Bluey?
and our favorite healers.
You poop.
but the comparisons between Chip Chilla and Bluey
Not even close.
goes
Bluey
beyond
is
mere
good,
aesthetics
better
and
than
extends
Chip
to the
Chilla.
core of each show. As they both feature family unit preschool formats with talking animals, and they both use imagination and pretend games to impart moral lessons to the kids. That is a cornerstone of each show. To say they aren't at least plagiaristically similar would be dishonest. But as a key phrase kept popping up in article and tweet after article and tweet, Chip Chilla's distinct difference was made clear as it's conservative Bluey. That's why amid the sea of criticism, some conservative parents have come to the defense of Chip Chilla. They claim that this new children's program is
Yeah, sure, it is.
valuable
It is
addition to the realm of children's
conservative.
entertainment.
I can't even say
That
it.
it boasts of high production quality,
Conservative.
smooth animation,
I don't know.
and a rich color palette.
Cannot say it. I don't know why I
reminiscent of
cannot say
Bluey.
it.
But most
It's a mouthful,
importantly,
kind of.
Chip Chilla is seen as a free from any woke indoctrination agenda. You know, like in Arthur, Steven Universe, The Proud Family, Strange World, where the agenda is, LGBTQ people exist.
Okay.
Jeremy Boring, co-founder of BankKey, the streaming home of Chip Chilla, was quick to refute the claims that Chip was an attempt to create a conservative Bluey. He maintains that the show aspires to make content as beautiful as Bluey, but is ultimately distinct. In his view, the fundamental similarity lies in both shows' portrayal of loving and engaged nuclear families with strong values.
Okay.
The depiction, he states, is regrettably rare in today's children's entertainment, if you go by Boring's point of view. Now, not to get personal,
All right.
Boring and the entire Daily Wire team that worked on Chip Chilla sound borderline delusional discussing Chip Chilla. In keynote speeches and in tweets, Boring and the team depict a show that has broken new ground and will change the entertainment landscape for children, citing that Chip Chilla isn't even an edutainment show.
I want to be clear. This is not edutainment. We're not here to teach the kids in the guise of entertainment. This is entertainment with a capital E. Rob Schneider is a true entertainer. The writers and producers of this show are top Hollywood talent.
But in actuality, no, it's edutainment.
All right.
Like, come on. It's a moral of the week preschool show.
It had to
that
be
even more
entertainment,
so
you
than
know, if
Bluey
it's not,
hammers
then,
home what
you know.
moral it wants to teach kids. But to present it as if it's not is at best delusionally naive and at worst
So I want to be
shows
a,
flagrant misunderstanding of the content they're trying to make.
Yeah.
But truly, what is the actual quality of Chip Chilla?
I don't know.
Is there
Right.
more to it apart from being conservative Bluey? Well, we can't talk about these multicolored rodents without talking about the company behind it.
Look, a perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better.
Daily Wire. Those in more of the political hellscapes of YouTube know the Daily Wire as the American right-wing conservative news website founded by Ben Shapiro and
Yeah.
Jeremy Boring. The leadership of Daily Wire have adamantly made it clear the dangers of current children's cartoons. They believe that many contemporary animated shows have hidden agendas that they deem dangerous and subvert children with knowledge about LGBTQ, racial, and socioeconomic ideals. But they all came together and did what every entertainment executive and their mother have already done. Launched a niche streaming service.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Butch Hartman, what's the status on No Access? It's been like 6 years. Oh, dead. Got it. Yeah, next year, I'm coming for you, Butch. Well,
Okay.
Daily Wire Plus was born. It's a subscription streaming service where they can put out their shows, podcasts, and most importantly, children's content too, as the website puts it. Create kids' entertainment parents can trust with a $100 million investment into shows that help young minds flourish. No divisive narratives, no insidious ideologies, just safe, fun programming the whole family will love. Hop
Are you
on
sure?
in, end quote.
And what should I get?
It's pretty blatant politicizing. But as they developed their service, they doubled and then tripled down with their ideals for the service.
Okay.
In several keynote speeches,
No.
Boring breaks down why parents need
No,
Daily Wire Plus.
no, it actually,
Why
I
does
said
it
that
matter?
wrong. I don't know why. I
It
keep
matters
saying it
because
wrong.
Kids go to school for 40 hours a week, and then they engage in
I
pop
think I said that
culture for
right. I
40
don't know, I
more
said that
hours
wrong.
every week. That means
Yeah,
for
no
80
political
hours
in
of a
there in
child's week,
children's.
You're turning them over
Maybe,
to the left.
little bit.
And good parents might spend 15 minutes a day in meaningful conversation with their kids. A great parent might take their kid to church for 1 hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours a week. The other 80, they're watching Disney. They're online. They're in public schools.
Okay.
End quote. And after doing his best to make sure everyone in attendance was properly frightened, he issued a challenge and a plea for money. There it is. It always comes back to money.
Money.
We have to
Of
challenge
course,
the left
every
every
money.
single place that it lives. You have to help us. You can wait and
How
subscribe
is
when
this
the
true?
content is there. I would
The
ask
Republicans
you to
be like,
subscribe today
money.
to Daily Wire Plus and help us actually bring this
I don't
content
know. I
to
don't know
life.
politics.
End quote. There is no question why Daily Wire set up Daily Wire Plus. Money. If the flagrant money grab at the
Money.
end wasn't proof enough of
Money.
that. But putting that aside, Daily Wire Plus has a clear message that lambasts practically all other pop culture as left-leaning propaganda that is insidiously corrupting the minds of children.
Okay.
Adding onto the alarmist nature is them pointing at basically life itself and saying children experience going to school and being away from parents is just another opportunity for the left to get them. So,
The
in the
left.
attempt to protect
Evil
children,
left.
Daily Wire Plus
Yeah,
was
okay.
launched in June of 2022,
The left.
but later rebranded
evil
to
left.
DW Kids,
Uh,
and finally to Binky. Notably, Binky aimed to appeal to a younger audience, intending to create children's shows on its streaming platform, emphasizing producing content that is trustworthy for parents, free from divisive narratives and ideologies.
Okay.
And on October 16th, 2023, Chilla premiered on the site. Co-created
Alright.
by Axe Cop creator Ethan Nicole and Eric Branscombe,
Okay.
Chilla revolves around the homeschooling family of Chilla, including his sister Charla, baby brother Chubbly, stay-at-home mom Chinny, and wacky dad Chum Chum, played by, you guessed it, Rob Schneider. It's always this guy.
Rob Schneider was an animal.
Each episode follows a consistent formula. We get a cold open that shows the Chilla kids misbehaving or facing some emotional challenge. Then in response, Chum Chum devises an imaginary game for the kids to play, aimed exclusively to impart a fitting moral lesson, which is always punctuated first with Rob Schneider declaring, "It's Chilla time!"
It's Chilla time!
Rinse and repeat for 12 episodes. Some of which mirror
It's
Bluey
Chilla-
episodes
Chilla
that are
time.
infinitely better.
All right.
We'll discuss a particular episode as an example between Bluey and Chilla here in a moment. But plagiarism aside, the morals explored within Chum Chum's imaginative games are based on books and world history that
All right.
preschoolers simply do not have the cognitive ability to grasp. What kid knows the complexity of Frankenstein, the reign of Caesar, the Odyssey?
Caesar.
Remember, this is not edutainment, though. They're only using literature to make allegorical parallels. And it's through the parallels that Chum Chum uses with the books that their kids are explicitly explained to what the moral is teaching them, dictating the Chilla children to an answer. Though the writers struggle to really account for the nuances they half-heartedly introduce in some morals. Like in Extra Extra, where the lesson is don't tattle, unless it's something important or positive people are interested in.
Why is everyone mad at me? I was reporting true things.
Well, were the stories really worth telling? Real news isn't just any bad thing you see. That's just tattling.
But the episode of Chilla I want to
Okay.
compare directly to Bluey, as far as its lessons go, is The Fall of Room. In this episode, Chip is leaving his toys all over the house.
All right.
And Chum Chum here wants to teach him a lesson via a page of Roman history. Chip is now the emperor of the house. He has free reign to make a mess everywhere. He's at the height of his power. But then his family, parading as encroaching barbarians, decide to trash Chip's toy as his empire crumbles. The lesson?
You're telling me that I get my toys broken, my room invaded, and I lose my big, awesome empire?
Yeah, basically.
Just like Julius Caesar, if you
I guess
overextend
that's true.
yourself with your empire and your toys and your mess, people will come and destroy them.
Yeah, because
That's
you're.
a terrible lesson. Like, I'm an ancient
Yeah,
history fan,
right.
and I find this
Like,
to be in very
like,
poor taste.
I guess you just learn about that when you're a leader. I guess I guess you're not a dictator. You just look, you know, like I'm an empire. I can do anything I want. You know, you're just like, yeah, I want this. Just let's conquer this country. You know, like, and that's what they're learning about. And that's a lesson. I mean, I yeah, that's some history. I don't know, man. It's just like I don't see that as a good lesson. I mean, yeah, it's true, but what's the moral of a story? Like, when you're a leader, don't screw things up. Don't screw it up. Okay, all right.
What, does the kid need to consult his legionnaires and stab his parents? Is that what's up? Huh? I'll show him. Put down the toy, or I'll take my shield and smash your face in.
Okay.
Like, Chip Chilla's parents basically gaslit him and trashed his toys as a way to threaten him to clean up next time. That is so brutal. Now, compare this to the Bluey episode, Duck Cake. In this episode, Bluey does not want to pick up her toys, especially because half the mess in the room belongs to Bingo. So she constantly procrastinates unless Bandit, her father, bribes her with gold stars, money, and then getting the licky icing from a spoon, or the beater, whatever
I'll
it
fix
was.
it. Nah.
She doesn't seem to grasp why it's so important to pick up after her mess, and only does so with the expectation of getting a treat. It's only after Bandit falls due to being overwhelmed and frazzled that Bluey begins to understand the importance of cleaning up. She sees that her dad is sad, and then she says, "Don't worry," and cleans up the mess, completely unprompted and without any expectation of getting a treat. When Bandit says thank you, it makes her tail wag. She realizes how good it feels to make others feel good. It inspires her to clean up the rest of the mess in the living room.
And Chimchilla, like, nah.
Sincerely thanks Bluey as well.
I guess Chimchilla doesn't see that. It's like,
it's
like Bluey yes, it's a masterpiece. It's like they know how to do it, how it works, how it's supposed it works. You know, they know. But Chimchilla, on the other hand, no.
Sweet and empathetic way to teach kids why it's
Well, I guess I'm
important to clean up
realistic.
after
I don't
your
know,
mess.
realistic
Hell,
or just,
this is
but
a lesson
it's the show,
that
you
can
know.
even resonate with adults. And
Well,
being
no, I think
considerate
that
of
I
the
think
spaces
Bluey.
you share with
I
your
think
loved
no,
ones.
I think Bluey is like
Meanwhile,
more real,
compare
you
that
know.
to Chip
But
Chilla,
Chimchilla is
where
like,
the ultimate lesson is pick up your toys or your family will literally destroy them before your very eyes. Where's your soldiers? You don't got them. I'm taking this down with me. So yeah, great lesson, guys.
great lesson.
The team behind Bluey is a group full of artists and families, ones with sincere intentions behind the stories and lessons they tell in Bluey.
Yeah.
Bluey's
You
family
did it just
are all
perfectly. They were just
Australian
great.
cattle dogs,
Awesome.
a breed known to
Awesome.
be curious, energetic, and intelligent.
Yeah.
This reflects Bluey as a character, as she is very imaginative and a constant ball of energy. It's also relevant because Bluey is a show that indulges in its Australian environment and culture. Bluey was also inspired by the creator, Joe Brum's childhood dog, who is a Kelpie. Now, for what reason is the Chilla family chinchillas, when this is very obviously a show made for a North American audience? Chinchillas are native to South America, more specifically in countries like Bolivia, Chile, and Peru. There seems to be no significant reason.
I don't know,
man.
man. I think you're just Chimchilla more cute. I guess. I don't know. Try to make it
Even
something.
draw the tails correctly. It all just comes across as far more disingenuous while wearing a Bluey reskin.
Sure.
I'm in control.
And that, folks, is the boiled down summary of Chib Chilla. It's got a colorful family, confused morals, and it's only 8 minutes per episode. And removing everything
8 minutes
else that is
per episode?
associated with Chip Chilla, like if you were to
Shouldn't it be like
judge
11?
the show on its
Oh
own
no, I
artistic
think that's
merits,
11.
Chip Chilla is serviceable. It's another
Okay.
dime a dozen preschool moral of the week cartoon with a family motif and colorful designs. Defenders say Chip isn't a ripoff, pointing out that there are many preschool shows with animal motifs. But in defending it's not a ripoff, you prove it does not have an identity apart from that.
It's a
Because,
ripoff.
yes, it is a Bluey ripoff.
Yeah.
The art style is very similar to Bluey.
Yeah.
As I said before, look at the color palette, look at the design. The look of both shows are nearly identical. It's been pointed out countless times because it's blatantly obvious. More blatant, in fact, is that
I
Chip
like the
Chilla
animation.
did not
It is
look
so
like this
it's
at
good,
first.
you know,
It
not
used
bad.
to be called Chilla Time. You know,
Shouldn't be
like
like
Rob
that.
Schneider's catchphrase, which makes more sense to the series. And the Chilla family were predominantly chinchilla colored. FYI, even the creator of the show did not like the name Chip Chilla for it, but came around to it. Though to be frank, what was he supposed to say? That he still hates the name, even when it makes no sense to call the series Chip Chilla when it's about the Chilla time? Quite the change of direction from the initial teaser footage and the final product that emerged. Like, you can't convince me that pictures of Bluey were all over Chip Chilla's studio for references. I bet Daily Wire went to them and was like, do this Australian show, but lamer. It's a Bluey ripoff. Simple as that. The creators and the Daily Wire higher-ups can argue against that all they want. But by the sheer nature that the designs and animation went from Disney Saturday morning cartoon to budget healer family is already telling enough of what tone they wanted to invoke. As Chip Chilla on its own, like I said, serviceable. But no one would give a copy rat's ass about it. So it's trying to piggyback off of Bluey's success to be relevant. But if you wanted to rip off Bluey and then make yourself transformative, Chip Chilla fails at every step when you compare the two. You have the typical family unit edutainment show, where parents help the kids solve their problems in 10 minutes or less through fun, quirky shenanigans. That is the clear similarity of the two. But
yeah,
if you go down
exactly.
the list of worst differences, Chip and Charla are not as likable as Bluey and Bingo.
Okay.
Sounding, if not older, but less comfortable in the roles they are doing. Losing the naturalistic sibling love that the Healer sisters had for each other. Also, it doesn't help that the Chilla episodes are never really about the two Chilla siblings really enjoying each other's company. But in most cases, they're in the midst of some form of squabble to artificially create tension until Chum Chum comes into the ring to scream in our ears, "It's..."
I think they could just you got animation good. Okay, I think that's okay, right? But it's like it is similar. Of course, it's not the same, but similar movie. You know, is likely the same. I don't know. They could just, if they actually take this seriously, actually like put it good work. It's a ripoff. The people will not like it, you know. But if you did the good amount of work, you know, if you actually make the story great and the lesson great, lots of like a great writing of like the story and the lesson, you know, the lesson. It's not good. It's not. You cannot be like Bluey. You cannot be like Bluey. Bluey's like, you cannot. It's. Bluey is powerful. Bluey is powerful, and they know what they know. But Chip Chilla, not know.
The kids of their agency and creativity, unlike in Bluey,
It's like,
where the variety.
it's like Iron Man, you know. Chip Chilla is the bad guy, whoever his name is, like trying to build of the trying to get the recipe of Iron Man to build to make the suit of Iron Man, you know, trying. That's Chip Chilla. That's a villain. Iron Man is Bluey, you know, because Iron Man knows how to build the suit. He's very smart. That's Bluey, you know. It's like that. It's literally similar like that. It's like Iron Man. Iron Man. Iron Man.
variety of games and imaginary scenarios demonstrate a vibrant and imaginative personality the kids have. Plus, when you have the chilla adults being the main force behind who sets up the imaginary games and the cardboard sets the kids play with, it robs the chilla kids of their agency in the events, as at that point the games are only a vehicle to explain the moral. It doesn't highlight their character in the least. But that's not to say Chum Chum and Chinny are more interesting because of this. They are nowhere near as interesting as Bandit and Chili. Also, it really does not help the comparisons too that both moms have a ch name. Rob Schneider as Chum Chum is quite grating to watch, as he plays the quirky dad, meaning he's loud, obnoxious, and barely parents the kids he is meant to teach. He just drags the two into his decided on adventures. Chinny has a very flat role in the show. Putting to the side the conservative stereotype of the stay-at-home, homeschooling mom archetype that they want to endorse, Chinny gives a flat performance and is mainly just a mouthpiece to regurgitate the exact same thing the kids need to learn that episode. Just no real critical thinking required.
No.
And if you thought that the baby Chubbly or their pet dog named Bug would add anything, well, they are entirely needless in terms of actual story purpose. Neither adds much to any of the episodes. And it makes sense. One is a dog with even less personality than the usual cartoon dog, and Chubbly is the co-creator's real-life toddler. They weren't going to be the breakout characters of Chip Chilla. At best, Chubbly is a plot device to help Chip and Charla learn a lesson. But they barely add anything to the dynamic of the show.
Yeah.
And the show could have been streamlined to just being Chip, Charla, Chinny, and Chum Chum. Though at that point, blatant ripoff of Bluey would have been more stupidly obvious to call the show. But what is the clearer difference between Bluey and Chip Chilla? Even as you read the descriptions of the 12-episode run and compare it to Bluey's, you can deduce a polar opposite approach the two teams have towards their shows. Where Chip Chilla has wording very akin to basic preschool moral of the day programming, even within Bluey's first 12 episodes, their premises highlight the adventure the children go on, and the moral lesson that Bluey teaches kids and parents is left to extrapolate from the episode itself. This rounds back to an idea brought up by Boring during his self-congratulating rounds around Benki, saying that Chip Chilla isn't conservative Bluey when Bluey is conservative Bluey. Now, truth be told, an openly LGBTQ character did not tap dance to the doors of a Bluey episode and make out with Chili. That'd be a really interesting episode. But does that equate to Bluey being a conservative show?
Okay.
I would say no. As much as the Daily Wire people claim to worry about the political messages they don't want to show their children, they're glossing over Bluey's mindset and its writing, and more importantly, its parenting. That isn't a political point of view, but rather a mental perspective the show approaches its writing from. Taking Chip as a comparison, Chip Chilla is a conservative show, but in the sense that it's about a closed-off, close-knit family learning lessons from Chum within the family unit, and following the examples explained to them by their parents. No questions asked. Nothing wrong with that. Many families are like that. I would argue the parenting in Chip Chilla is much more akin to manipulative directing. After witnessing their kids in some form of distress, Chum Chum hops out to pull a Chilla time to throw his kids into a situation to solve the problem. It's a style of parenting more about telling Chip and Charla what to do after they failed, rather than really teaching them how to comprehensively understand and critically know what they did was wrong, or how they should perceive a situation. Not to mention, their inattentive parenting results in many occasions of leaving their kids alone, whether it be alone to feed disgusting food to their toddler brother, alone to burn food in the kitchen, alone in the forest, leaving them to get lost, or just leave a toddler alone and nearly leave him to crack his head on the bathroom floor. Bluey is nothing like that.
What does it take to face cancer with confidence? It takes cutting-edge treatment, like
apart from being a family unit,
because why, you know? It's like how clearly saying that Chip. Okay, I don't know why Chip Chilla do needed all that. I know it's a. I guess it's not. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they wanted to think. It is a ripoff, Bluey, of course. I'm saying this again, over again, because it is. I don't know where this is going. Like, why you need to be that like that? It's like it's so unnecessary. So, what?
Bluey's parenting style is about clear communication and understanding.
Yeah.
And respecting the idea of a child's feelings and the idea that parents aren't infallible. We have Bandit and Chili fully enveloping themselves and their girls' games to encourage their creativity. And when an issue happens, they are sitting down to their level or directly communicating with them to be someone for their kids to listen and talk to. Their parenting is about understanding their emotional response, and it allows Bluey and Bingo to figure out how to approach a problem with support from their parents, not about molding them to act in a certain way through situational manipulation. And they aren't infallible. They aren't immune to falling to their own emotions. Bandit and Chili are real parents, and the show celebrates that fact and celebrates them understanding their kids as their kids also understand them. It's a show based around honest communication and the fun you can have fully understanding one another. That's not inherently conservative now, is it? Is it conservative to openly talk about a vasectomy in a children's show? How about miscarriages, rocky marriages, infertility? I can keep going on and on. But that already shows why Chip Chilla never can be as good as Bluey.
Yep, it cannot. It will not. It will never. It will never.
Being a parent and more
It's gonna
touchy
be never.
subjects,
It's gonna be
Bluey becomes a show
never
that
gonna
is
be.
more
Never gonna
evergreen and relatable, rather than today, kids, we're learning don't be a tattler unless it's something important or positive. Then tattle. Chip Chilla, by contrast, falls flat while Bluey soars as lovable for both parents and kids. Because
I know how to do it.
Chip Chilla's identity doesn't have anything to make it stand out for itself. And what it does have,
like you just said, Bluey is like Iron Man, and Chip Chilla is like the villain. I don't know what his name is. The first movie. The first movie.
On Bluey's success and brand recognition.
The first
So
movie.
it could better promote Daily Wire's weirdly named streaming service. And that right there shows the clear Achilles heel to the entire Chip Chilla empire. It is the association to politics. The very essence of Chip Chilla was created with the underlying idea of stating this anti-liberal ideology. It leaves Chip held up by Daily Wire's moral grandstanding and leaves the majority of the audience comparing it to not only Bluey, but seeing how it compares to Daily Wire's other products, like their She-Him Nutless and nut-filled chocolate bars. It's literally advertised right below their merch. How can Chip Chilla get away from such a stank? And the Daily Wire knows that. Why else would they change their streaming service from Plus to Benki? It's a rather delusional mindset Boring and the team have towards Chip, where they will try and hide behind flowery language, describe Chip as something more, something that will go against the grain, against the brainwashing that children need to be on the lookout for, and something that will
the liberals.
100-year reign
What?
of Disney.
It's kids, man. It's a kids show. What are you talking about?
But all they
Bluey's
really
nothing like
created
that.
was just a piece
You know,
of
I don't
very
watch a show, but I know I get it. You know, it's not.
that will now forever
No,
hold
it's
the
not.
sign
It's not.
Ben Shapiro is associated with his chinchilla cartoon, and it's mainly because Daily Wire couldn't shut up about making a statement. You
Okay.
wanted Chip and the rest of your $100 million streaming investment to state very clearly that you have won. You are winning back minds with what you deem are true family values. Well, congrats to that, and with your own logic, you became the exact thing you despise Disney for. In the end, the moral of this video isn't conservative cartoon equal bad. What ruins Chip Chilla?
Yeah,
A
it's a
serviceable
ripoff.
preschool
That's the
cartoon
thing. And you
makes it
trying to
grimy
copy?
to
I mean,
associate
try
with,
to
is that
copy.
The higher-ups behind Daily Wire are so gung-ho to politicize it, make it a martyr to defeat the agenda. And at that point, you've created
the
a
left.
toxic echo chamber.
Okay.
Where anyone who is
All right.
mildly put off by the Daily Wire brand
Oh.
is never going to touch Chip or any show on your platform. Especially when you delusionally describe your edutainment shows as entertainment with a capital E. edutainment shows are entertainment. Bluey is. And if you were gonna rip off anything, rip off the unashamed pride the creators have for Bluey. Because the irony is, even as you whine and complain about an agenda that you use chilla to fight, you created a streaming service to promote your agenda with the subtlety of louder and more blatant than any hidden agenda. Overall, even though I often put myself through bad movies and shows, I genuinely believe in keeping companies and studios accountable for their creation.
Yeah.
And guiding viewers in their pursuit of quality. Ultimately, chilla is honestly pretty harmless. But
Okay.
would I recommend it? Nah. Go watch Bluey instead.
Yeah.
It is far superior in every conceivable way. What about Velma? No. Fun to hate watch, but if you want an adult animated
That show
mystery
sucks.
series, go watch Mike Tyson Mysteries instead. Folks, it is not
Mike Tyson.
wrong to vet this information out.
Good well, that's
It is
a good show.
But
I know it
ultimately allowing
is.
them to decide.
I don't watch it. I don't watch it, but I
doubt
watch
that
like
this video
videos on
will
YouTube of
convince
it.
already conservative
It's good.
families or
No.
individuals to avoid Benki. But they at least deserve to know that there are better options. I've been able to help my families and friends in the past.
Okay.
And that had made it all worthwhile to me. I once convinced my nieces to watch Babe instead of a Sniper Wolf video compilation, and they loved it. Like, I genuinely consider that one of my greatest victories, and proof that a guiding voice can do good and is more than fearful engagement for Daily Wire. So yeah, go watch Bluey instead. That's basically what this video boils down to. And avoid Benki, because there are plenty of better options available. I hope that this video was a valuable life lesson for those who watched.
I don't want a valuable line lesson. I just want an ice cream.
Literally. I literally shut the whole down of freaking Chip Cheddar. A life lesson? No, I want ice cream. Chip Cheddar just dies from that respawn. Actually, yes. Okay. Alright, that was it. That was Saberspark. You know, I don't want to watch it. And actually, I don't know why I want to copy Bluey, but it's stupid. And yeah, watch Bluey is way better. Anyways, bye.